Welcome back, everybody. Today we are memory keeping for the week that was December 9th through the 15th, and I used this Apple Blossom Prints kit called Tinsel. I thought this was another really nice alternative color scheme for Christmas in the weeks leading up to Christmas, and I didn't end up using the embroidery hoop with the nutcracker scene or the charcuterie board, even though I love, love, love those boxes, but I'm going to go ahead and save those for next year because there were just so many good boxes in this week or in this kit, I should say. And we didn't see the Nutcracker or have charcuterie this week. Those were other weeks. So I'll probably save that for next year. I do try to use my kits twice as much as possible, especially when I get these bigger, like 8 or 9 page kits. And then I just have a little bit of unicorn foil. I think that's still what she calls it. It's kind of like Neapolitan ice cream, but it's like lavender, pink, and silver from Planet Hannah. So I just had a little bit of foil from a sampler from hers. I absolutely adore that fashion girl in the upper corner right there. That outfit, mwah, perfect. I wish I could wear something like that, but I have no place to wear anything like that too. And then loved this double box scene as well. Like I said, loved pretty much every full box in this kit, but I didn't need any extenders this week, so I didn't need to use that many full boxes. Like that one going on Friday with the champagne glass, like just adorable. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm experiencing seasonal allergies or what today, but like my hearing is kind of off, like my ears are sort of plugged. I took a Claritin. It worked for a little bit. Seems to be wearing off now, so it's like weird to talk at the moment. So if I say anything a little out of the ordinary, that might be why. It's like I can hear myself speak, but also it sounds weird. Anyway, so this was a pretty standard week. Also, I love the gingerbread cake with the little gingerbread houses right there. Around the time that I was filming this, not around this week, but like a month later, I think I was rewatching the 2018 season of Great British Bake Off when Kim Joy made a ginger cake. So I think the brief was to make a ginger cake, and then she made like the tiniest little gingerbread house to go on top of it, and that is what that box reminds me of. So cute. And then I used my foiled overlay from Planet Hannah in the sidebar. It just says ho 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 in the unicorn foil. And then I just used one strip of the bottom washi because I am planning to reuse this kit. But yeah, I was wrapping up classes this week. So one of the college districts where I was teaching this semester wrapped up their classes the week before. This was their finals week. And then my other district, this was the last week of classes, and then next week was finals week. So I only really had to go to one class per day, so that gave me a lot more time to grade, which at the end of the semester is wonderful. And what else happened? I had an interview that I had to make a PowerPoint for because they wanted like a very like miniature teaching demonstration. It was just like pretty simple of like, how do you introduce students to the class on day one, which is pretty standard. And actually, I didn't have a PowerPoint like that before, and I ended up using it for my classes this semester. So that was cool. It's fun when you prep something for an interview that you can actually use later. And then I had the interview on Thursday of this week, and it went well, and it was pretty clear they were going to offer me classes in the future. They weren't confident that we could get all the paperwork done before spring semester, which was fine with me anyway, because like after the really busy fall semester I wasn't really looking to take on any more classes immediately. But I have done all that onboarding paperwork as of now, and so I should be good to go if they want to offer me any classes in the fall. And then Friday, I was just feeling really overworked. I had graded so much stuff this week and was just feeling really burnt out. So I did take the full weekend off. Sometimes during the end of the semester, I have to work on the weekends, but after the past plan with me that you saw where I was grading on the weekend, I made a commitment to just do my work only during Monday through Friday because I would like to spend time with my husband and my family and all of that. So I think there's more than enough time towards the end of the semester to do that, and maybe people don't get things back as quickly as they like, but I don't think I should have to work like 6 or 7 days a week just to appease people's anxiety. That's just me. I know other people in education feel differently about that, and sometimes you literally just have no choice. Like you have to do work on the weekends if there's a lot more stuff going on, but I do try to get my work done. during the week as much as possible. So I took this weekend off and just took care of stuff around the house and getting ready for Christmas and all of that. And then we did go out to Nevada City, which is a city like an hour north of us, kind of in a woodsy area, for their Victorian Christmas. This is an event that I've been meaning to go to for years, and we finally made it this year. And it was very crowded, but it's a very cute downtown area, and we'll talk more about that when we get into the day by day. In the sidebar, I just tracked my dinners so that this week header is not from the kit. It's the only thing I pulled in the sidebar that's not from the kit. It is just from my leftovers. And the week before, we had made a turkey for like a Friendsgiving, and my husband made a pot pie with it. So we were eating that kind of at the beginning of the week. So that was really nice. To get into the day by day, on Monday, for some reason, I marked that I posted to my personal Instagram our Mexico photos because it had been a month already since that trip. So I'm going to mark that with a little icon from Caress Press that I had left over from a kit that I thought matched the colors of this kit pretty well. And then I went and taught my one class of the day. So that Backpack Molly is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then my husband texted me at some point and he's like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" And I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" And apparently there was like a 5.8 earthquake in Carson City, Nevada, which is like on the other side of Lake Tahoe from us. So he felt it. I've talked before about my husband's earthquake sensitivity. He's very sensitive to them for some reason. I am not. But I just put in a Beneva Creations girl for that. And then I graded a bunch of in-class essays because I needed to get those back to my students. So I used this cute purple pen from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. I came home and did laundry. So I'm going to have a wardrobe sticker from Cinderella paper. And then I did have some individual Zoom meetings with students who had requested them. So I just marked that with this little laptop icon that I had left over from, I think it was from a bunch of stickers that came with a Moleskine planner that I bought several years ago. So I still have the stickers. So I needed some gray stickers to match this week. So that worked out. And then at the end of the day, I was just watching Great British Bake Off Holiday Edition. So for most of my television for the first half of the week, I'm just using these little Santa Claus stickers that came from that Plannahannah freebie. So they're in like the purple, pink, and silver unicorn foil. Tuesday, the first thing I'm going to mark is that it was my payday, my once a month payday from both colleges that I was working at this time. So or both college districts, I should say. I was technically at 3 different colleges in the fall. So I have a Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. for that, and then I had a payday script from Cinderella Paper. I did order my husband's anniversary gift this day, so I wasn't even technically done like Christmas shopping because I still had to get stocking stuffers, but I knew like the custom gift I wanted to get him for our anniversary, I might need to prep ahead for that. So I ended up getting him some sheet music of our first dance song. You can order something like that on Etsy, and it's on this really nice like cotton paper. I can tell you this now because our anniversary has came and went. So ordered that about a month before the anniversary. Did a little workout, so that icon is from Caress Press. And then I used this sticker that I had from Via Lateco, so 2 Cats and a Planner, Nayeli's shop, and that I got a really long time ago and just have never used to mark grading a bunch of research papers because I was working, I think, at my desk. I'm not 100% sure. Then I had an office hour, and I'm realizing I marked it with a laptop. It was an in-person office hour, but I also offered it by Zoom this semester. But I'm realizing it was in person because it was before my class of the day. So I marked that, and then I marked teaching technically 2 classes, but it was the same group of students. I was teaching a co-requisite course this semester. So I'm going to put in a teacher Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. to mark teaching my night class. And then new holiday episodes of Great British Bake Off had come out like a few days before. So I finally got to watch those this evening. So I'm just going to use another one of those Plannahannah Santa Claus icons for that. Wednesday, the first thing I'm going to mark is that student assistant apps were due. I had submitted mine, I think, the week before, but I just wanted to mark that because that was a big change I was making in my planning for the semester. So I have a student assistant for my co-requisite class. And yeah, so far it's been going well. It's a little more work for me to like include her in my planning, but I think it's going to work better for my students who need extra support in that class. And it does take a little bit of the work of having to reach out to certain students off of me to like keep them up to date and stuff. So I think it's going well so far. And then the second thing I marked on Wednesday is that it was 2 weeks till Christmas. So I have this Itty Bitty Sticker Co. postage stamp icon for that. And then I went and taught my morning class for the last time this semester. So I have another backpack Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then I graded a bunch of random small assignments that had piled up over the last couple weeks or so. Then I did some prep for my interview, so I'm going to use a presentation Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. for that because I was creating that presentation for the interview. So basically how it worked is she had some interview questions for me, and then I gave my presentation, my teaching demonstration, as if I was teaching a class. That's pretty standard for a lot of teaching interviews, although I do think this is actually the first time that I've been required to do some sort of teaching demonstration for an interview. Other teaching interviews I've had for adjunct positions or part-time positions, they mostly just ask you interview questions. But yeah, glad I have that presentation in my pocket now. And then I worked on catching up on our budget because it had been a little bit, because we had been gone so much. So that's from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. I used these glasses from Sugar Pop Fizz to mark that I started Duolingo in Japanese, which I recently learned that Duolingo supposedly, I need to fact check this before I just start running my mouth, but supposedly they mostly use AI now instead of real interpreters. And I don't know how much I'm really learning through Duolingo, so I might switch to something else. But for now, I'm using it occasionally. And then I was watching Great British Bake Off as well as some new episodes of Queer Eye on Netflix. And after, if you know anything about Queer Eye, the last few years, there's been a lot of drama with the cast, quite frankly. And so that does kind of make some of the newer episodes hard to watch for me because I'm just like, is this person really as nice as they come across on camera? I don't know, which who knows? Like none of us know any of these people, but I watched the new season. It was fine. Thursday, the first thing I marked was my husband working from home. So that briefcase icon is also from that Moleskine sticker sheet. And then I had my interview. It was by Zoom. I just realized was my husband home for that? I think I kicked him out of the office for a bit. But yeah, I used a resume Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. for that. And of course, like I said earlier, it went well and I'll probably work at that college in the future. Then I had a bunch of grading to do, of course. It was raining this day, so those two icons are from the Moleskine sticker sheet. And then I went and taught my evening classes for the last meeting with them, and I really loved my evening class group this last semester. They were always very chatty, and they formed little like friendship groups within the class, like people who hadn't really known each other before, which I don't always see in college classes, especially community college. So I told them that. I was like, it's been very charming to like get to know you and see how you've formed all these friendships. And so I am going to miss you. So yeah. And then at the end of the day, I went home and watched more Queer Eye. So I just used a Netflix script from Cinderella paper to mark that. Friday, I had a weird nightmare. For some reason, my husband and I were back on Maui, and there was like an earthquake, and I was having a nightmare about that. And I guess it was probably because the last couple of weeks there had been a couple of earthquakes near us, maybe. I don't know. No idea why we were on Maui in this nightmare, but I marked that with a Once More with Love sticker. Then I used a couple of those Moleskine stickers to mark that it was raining and that my husband worked from home. And then I had a bunch of grading to do, including some revision assignments that my students had done. So I just marked that with a pen from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then I marked watching more Queer Eye with a television from Corks and Corgs Co. and a Netflix script from Cinderella paper. And then I was just feeling grumpy and overworked this day because it had been a really busy week and I'd been kind of nose to the grindstone with grading and all of that. So I used a Beneva Creations girl to mark that. Saturday, the first thing I marked is that it would be 1 month until our wedding anniversary. So I have this cute Molly ring sticker from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. for that. Clover was 20 months old this day, so I marked that with a Beneva Creations cat in a cute little box. And then it was raining still this day. We got a lot of rain in December and then like no rain in January. And then in February, we're back to kind of rainy days. So a lot of ups and downs there. And then Clover was being a cute little lap cat this day. She was being very cuddly, so I'm going to mark that with another Beneva Creations cat sticker where the cat is sitting on the little character's lap. She's not always cuddly. I call her my teen punk cat lately because she's very much in that I love you, no, leave me alone. I love you, no, leave me alone stage of life. So when she does decide to cuddle with me and not just be go, go, go all the time, it's very cute. But then also I do think it's still adorable how like she doesn't sleep as much as Evie and she's on the go a lot more, especially after being so sick. So I'll take both sides of her personality. Then I was filming a plan with me this day, so I'm going to use a flat lay sticker from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then I was probably way overdue for trimming my hair. I do trim my own hair. It probably shows, whatever. I don't feel like spending money on having someone trim my hair. So I just marked that with a Caress Press icon that was left over from my kit. And then I was watching Queer Eye as well as the comedian Fortune Feimster, who I find quite funny. I've been enjoying stand-up comedy a lot the last year, especially. But on Netflix, you do kind of have to be careful sometimes of what you're clicking on, because I'm not gonna lie, there's some comedians that are I don't think they're funny because I think they're just mean. But then there's plenty of comedians who are great and lovely and tell wonderful funny stories. So anyway, I marked that with a Corks and Corgs Co. TV and a Netflix script from Cinderella Paper. Sunday, I filmed another plan with me, bright and early in the morning, I guess. So I marked that with a big flat lay sticker from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then we went to that Victorian Christmas that I told you about. So I have these 2 Corgi Christmas stickers from Corks and Corgs Co. And yeah, it was a good time. It was pretty crowded that day, and there's like a shuttle service from the main like county government center to the downtown area. So that took a while, and you had to like pay for a ticket for that, but much better than like trying to park in the central district, for sure, the Central Historic District. Nevada City, on the drive up, there were a lot of signs that made us kind of uncomfortable regarding a certain person in the Oval Office now. But there were also, in the downtown area, plenty of businesses that had like signs being clear that like hate's not tolerated here, and like embracing pride and things like that. So we tried to spend our money at those businesses because even growing up in a more, not rural, it was still very suburban, but growing up in a more conservative area, like when I was a teenager, I feel like you couldn't even say like anything remotely progressive. So I'm encouraged by the fact that in places like my hometown now, which Nevada City is not my hometown, but I grew up in a kind of similar area, there are businesses that are willing to stand up for what I think is right. So anyway, Java John's was one of those. We got coffee there. And then after we did the Victorian Christmas, we needed to go get groceries, so we went to Target. And then I watched a bunch of comedy specials on Netflix. So that is everything for this week. I love how this turned out. I think it's very elegant and very celebratory of the season, but in a slightly different color scheme than normal. So I hope you enjoyed seeing it, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.